Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is going to take a look at the next chapter or phase in your journey. So if you have not as of yet chosen a card or a key on the table, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below where you can go directly to the portion of the video that's going to give you an up close and personal look at the cards and the keys on the table. You can pause anywhere on that screen, let's say, to extend your selection process. Perhaps you need more time to choose. Pause where and when you need to in order to give yourself all the time that you need. And let's say if during your selection process you feel led to pick more than one card or key on the table in this case, go ahead and do what your intuition tells you to do. If you feel you need to pick more than one pile, by all means pick more than one. Listening to your intuition is always going to be highly encouraged here. These readings are timeless, so whether it's placed in front of you, let's say at the upload time, or perhaps sometime down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel an intuitive nudge to watch, there may indeed be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always try to remind everybody is that these readings are general. There's no way that I could possibly expect to connect with each and every one of you that watches, although I hope you manage to find a message here, right? But what I suggest is, let's say if this particular reading doesn't connect or vibe with you that way, maybe have some fun exploring my channel. I have so many pick a card readings I've already done. I'm pretty sure there'll be one reading or message in there somewhere in that mix for you instead that has the messages that you're looking for. And let's say if you've explored my channel, you realize we're not connecting that way as reader and viewer, that is okay. I trust that the universe will guide you to the messages that you need for all the confirmation that is necessary for your journey at this time. So with all that being said, Star Family, I will go ahead and leave you here and meet you at your reading of choice. Pile number 1, you chose this golden key here. And this is your card. There's a message on the back of that, so I'll be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. Oddly enough, I did shuffle for all the cards that you choose from, and they all came out orange. So never happened to me before like that. So let's go ahead and get the reading started. We want to find out what's up and coming for you, what the next chapter of your journey, next phase of your journey is going to look like. So let's see. The next chapter of your journey. Pile number 1 viewers. Let's find out what that's going to look like, right? What's in store for you? All right. So we get one more. Okay. If I need more cards, I'll just grab off to the side. But let's see. Whoa! Okay, so we have the sun. That's all about happiness, vitality, success, right? Let's see, the 7 of Wands and the moon. That's interesting because we almost have like a perfect pair, right? With the sun and the moon. That is divine masculine and feminine energies. And to me, that's balance. So I know that's interesting to have them both in a reading at the same time. But to me, the sun sheds light on anything in your journey with the moon that might have felt veiled or in the dark. It sheds light on the journey. And it also sheds light on where you're headed, right? Because in the moon card, there is a path up ahead. So it feels like you're entering another chapter of your journey where you are going to be able to find your happiness and your success. And the feeling is, I'm getting the feeling of like, you're going to see why you went through what you went through. That path in the unknown that perhaps you've been walking for a while with the moon, it's all going to make itself clear. And any struggle that you had gone through with that 7 of Wands is going to make itself apparent as to why you experienced what you experienced and for what reason, because none of it was in vain. There is alignment here with the sun and the moon, right? Think of the alchemy within ourselves, the divine masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, the right and left hemisphere of the brain. Okay, there is an alchemical process also taking place to bring yourself into balance and alignment. You also could be connecting with your intuitive abilities, which again help shed light on the things that maybe surface level you can't make sense of, but your intuitive abilities are able to pick up and interpret. So the sun will shed light on those things that are kind of in the dark. And there's this feeling of discernment coming through. So you might be tapping into your abilities, your psychic abilities, your intuition might be heightened at this time. And because your intuition gets heightened, you're able to see things clearly with more discernment of the sun. Especially when it comes to your relationships, challenges that you face in your life, or obstacles that you have felt, were making themselves present. So this next chapter of your journey is going to be one where it's full of discernment, where things are made clear to you. And even when you feel like you're navigating in the dark, the energy of the sun comes through to shed light on what was hidden. So things get revealed in this next chapter of your journey. You're not going to be walking in the dark anymore, whether that be in your connections with people with the Seven of Wands. Again, things get brought to light. The discernment is there. You're going to be able to pick up on the vibes and see through things and people and situations a lot more clear than you were able to in the past. Because there's something about your intuition being heightened, but then not only that, there's this energy of balance. Right? Because sometimes, let's just keep it real here. Sometimes your logical side will come in to try to talk you out of what your intuition already feels and knows, right? The energy of the moon, which is the feeling, the sensing, the emotional, intuitive ability, right? Our logic will come in to try to talk us out of what we sense on a deeper level. But I feel like this energy is saying, well, your intuitive ability is going to be so heightened, and you're going to see things with such clarity that previous confusion that you used to have when it came to maybe doubting or questioning if what you were picking up on was real, well, you're not going to experience that anymore. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that Seven of Wands creates a little bit of a conflict, maybe with the head and the heart, maybe with the logic and the intuition. So what I'm seeing here is the ability to balance out those disparate energies to the point where they're in sync and symbiosis with one another. And your journey, the journey ahead of you moving forward, becomes a lot more clear. Your discernment gets taken up to a whole nother level. You're living life with a lot more clarity with the sun. You're also entering a chapter in your journey where the previous challenges with the Seven of Wands, and a lot of those challenges were all part of personal growth, because we have that number 7 here, which talks about that spiritual growth, evolution. But those things that were challenges to you in the past are, those challenges get lifted off of you and it's not a problem anymore. You're moving into a period of where things are made clear to you. You're able to access your successes. You're able to also discern for yourself what feels good, right? Because the sun energy is feel good energy, is high vibe energy. So you, on the other hand, are also vibing higher. Your frequency's lifted. The challenges of the past don't have that same kind of power over you because you're able to not only balance your energies, but be able to see things with more clarity. The feeling is you've stepped up, you've leveled up, and now you're entering this next chapter of the journey where those things that felt like a struggle or that were unclear to you, that's not going to be an issue anymore. It's not going to be a problem. Because the feeling is here, you've also empowered yourself in some way. Your confidence has leveled up as well. Because look at the little black cat. He sees himself as a panther. And you're looking deep within yourself and you're able to see that about yourself. There is a level up here. And whenever I look at this card, I also feel like not only you're stepping into your power, you're knowing how powerful you really are on the inside, but you're also rising above any confusion, any doubts or insecurities as well. Because sometimes the moon can keep you confused, but you're rising above that because you're flying on your broomstick above all those things, right? And again, you're flying high. I kind of want another card. I'm just curious because I feel like happier days are ahead of you and the challenges are going to be put behind you. But a lot of that is because you've balanced out your energies and you're able to discern with clarity those things that, you know, held you back or confused you before. You're seeing through people, places, things, and situations like never before also. And also with the Seven of Wands in this next chapter of your journey, you're setting way healthy boundaries for yourself that maybe you struggled to do before. It feels like you're setting healthy boundaries that are needed against, you know, people, places, things, situations, your work. You know, if anybody tries to come at you or come against you, it's like you're putting your foot down. You're a lot stronger this time around. Okay, and we see that because you're representing like the panther, right, on the inside. That's your energy. And here, like, like, that's the thing. You're vibing too high over here with the sun that nothing's going to be able to get in your way or stop you or bring you down. They can try. They're not going to succeed in this next chapter because, again, you've leveled up. Your vibe is too high right now. You're shining like a beacon in this next chapter of your journey. And people are not going to be able to stand for it. Like, they're going to, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's the thing. Some people automatically feel a certain kind of way when you're vibing higher and shining bright. It's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they're offended in some way by the light you give off or the healthy boundaries that you place, or because you've leveled up. And there's this feeling of you've changed. And they, I'm getting this energy of people coming at you and saying, oh, you've changed, you're different. They're not wrong. But the reason why they don't maybe appreciate this new version of you, which is stronger, bolder with the sun, more in tune, right? Tapped in and tuned in. And that your discernment is on point, like it's sharp like a knife is the vibe I'm getting. The reason why is they're getting kind of thrown off by that is because a lot of times you level up, but other people stay the same. And your version of leveling up doesn't align with the people that they still are, if that makes sense. And it's like, yeah, you have changed. You have leveled up. You have grown stronger. You can see through things and the bullshit, you know what I mean, of life and people. And that, yeah, the feeling is here that ends up unmasking a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of people's motives, interestingly enough. And they don't, maybe it hits them different, I guess, and they want to attack with the Seven of Wands and say, oh, you've changed. Why? Because I'm exposing things, right? Like that kind of thing. Think about it. When you start exposing people's dark, they end up reacting, okay? And maybe you just naturally do it because you're a beacon of light. So anywhere you go, you're going to naturally shine light on people, places, and things. And they can't hide their true essence, their true motives, their true intentions anymore. And they get offended by that, wanting to try to say that you changed. Well, technically you have. But a lot of it is that they've stayed the same. And you're able to see everything for what it really is. Boy, that seems winded, but I hope you catch my drift. I feel like it's hard to explain. And you know what? This level of growth and this light that you're shining, the way that you can discern and see people and things and situations for who they really are, it's also like this feeling of it inconveniencing others because they can't pull the wool over your eyes the way they used to. Okay. The thing is, no one can stop your shine in this next chapter of your journey. No one can. Let's see if we can get another card. I just want a little bit more info. You're headed to a chapter of your success, your happiness. You're vibing too high to deal with things that cause you strife or struggle or challenge. And yeah, it's like nobody has time for that. Let's see. Look at that. 3 of Cups. I like this. Yeah, you're living your best life. I mean, three of Cups is an energy of joy, happiness, celebrations. You're feeling too good, right? This next chapter of your journey is feel good vibes. And the feeling is here, you only want to roll with people who match your vibe. And you may have to set healthy boundaries in, whatever area of your life that you need to, in order to protect your energy, right? And only move in the direction of those things that feel good and joyful to you. 2 energies of joy, okay? And it's like not letting anything or anyone in this next chapter of your journey steal your shine or rob you of your joy. You're looking to just do things that feel good because you feel good. And you're not going to let anything get in the way with that. You're more empowered than you've ever been before. We see that. We see that with the Panther energy here. You're flying above the negativity over here as well. And we see that also with the 7 of Wands because you're sticking up for yourself. You're fighting for what matters to you. And what matters to you is your joy and your happiness. 3 of Cups is also the energy of, your soul tribe, community, people that you feel you resonate with, whether that be friends, family, and this is about coming together with like-minded, like-hearted people. 3 of Cups can talk about parties, gatherings, things coming together in general, reunions, meeting places. So this is, to me, this next chapter of your journey is you going with what feels right, following your bliss, choosing to be happy, and not let anybody get in the way of that. You're too discerning now so that people can't pull the wool over your eyes any longer. You've lifted up your energy to a point where you're like a beacon for good things, and you're not going to let anybody get you off track in this next chapter, or anyone or anything. It almost feels like, again, you're so in alignment because you have the sun and the moon here, which is perfect balance, that anything that doesn't resonate with your soul or doesn't sit well with you or feel good to you anymore, you just can't tolerate it. You won't. And there's such a confidence in being able to shake those things off of you in this next chapter, like that, the confidence that comes with saying, doesn't feel right to me. Okay, I'm done. Moving on to the next. Or, yeah, I'm not doing that. It's just such an empowered feeling to know that you are safe and secure in only moving in the direction of those things that feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, you can't be bothered. That's super high vibe energy, by the way. Because you're trying to live your best life, right? 3 of Cups. You're trying to be happy. You're trying to find joy. Anything or anyone that drags you down, you're not, nope, not this time around. And you know what the beautiful thing about it all is that with the sun energy, yeah, you're attracting these things because you're radiating this energy. You're also attracting it. So that 3 of Cups is saying you're attracting the right people, places, scenarios, okay, that are now in alignment with the vibe that you're carrying. All right, so let's go ahead and see what this card is all about. Ooh, Sacral Chakra Carnelian, letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's the first step towards success. Whoa, letting go of things like this, people like this. And stepping into your success. So talk about confirmation with the sun energy. Yeah, you're stepping into brighter days ahead of you. It's like, yeah, this feels good. Pile number 1, man, I like your pile. It says letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's a first step towards your success. Sometimes you gotta let things go in order to let the bad things go in order to let the good in. And I feel like you're making space for the good by setting healthy boundaries with the 7 of Wands, trusting your intuition when it comes to people, places, and things, and following your gut, and allowing your higher self with the sun energy to shed light on what's hidden with the moon, and move forward in the direction of good things only. Oh yeah. Love it. Okay. I also have Making Magic. I just want to grab a few of these as well. Also, because we have the sun and the moon, divine masculine, feminine energies here, right? It also makes me think that you're aligning with a divine partnership in some way. These things like this divine partnership is, you're reuniting with this, or you're aligning with it as we speak, and these things are coming together to put you on the path to one another as well. Okay. Whoa, okay. What's this? Look at that. Dragonfly, you bring light to this world. Yes, because you're shining like the sun, right? You're shining like the sun now in this next chapter of this journey. And the dragonfly is an energy of change. Absolutely. And intuition, because it's a symbol of water. So yeah, you are vibing higher. You are shining light on things. You're a beacon now for this, you're just a beacon of high vibe energy, and that kind of throws people off because you're shedding a light on something in them, and not everybody likes that. One more. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so we have perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Yes, that would be the 7 of Wands, because that 7 of Wands energy fights for what it believes in. And even if you have the whole world stacked up against you, right, you're still going to fight for what you think is the right thing to do. And I like that, because you're not letting anything get in your way, is what the perseverance energy is saying. You're not letting anything or anyone get in the way of your happiness, that feel-good feeling of those things that have meaning to you and purpose to you. All right? Despite the confusions, the challenges you might have faced in whatever given situation, you've persevered. And now that you've persevered, you are going to reach your success. Okay? But first, it kind of felt like the previous chapter was all about letting go. So you can step into this now, right? Like this card says. Let's get a final oracle here from the Starry Beginnings, I think it's called. Yeah, Starry Beginnings. Whoa. Okay, so it says feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey. Yeah, it's letting go, release, right? All those things that weren't working, that's what you've been doing in the previous chapter. You've been letting all this go in preparation of stepping up, leveling up in your vibe, which then makes you a beacon to attract good things with the 3 of Cups. And to trust, also trust yourself more with the moon energy. Because it is, an energy of intuition. So yeah, I think that's what this is all about. Letting go in order to let the good in. Yeah, and I chose the keys because, you know, that's kind of like opening a new door in a sense, right? And into a new chapter. So yeah, you've gone with the dragonfly. There's a lot of changes, but all of these changes, right, are leading you to trust your intuition and open the door to those things that are fully in alignment with the high vibe energy you are radiating in this next chapter of your journey. So keep persevering, keep pushing forward, right? Because there's a lot of good things to come. All right. Good days ahead. Happy days ahead with the sun. Joyful energy with the Three of Cups as well. Let's grab some angel numbers to conclude this reading. Pile number 1. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. A lot of times the angel numbers that come up can confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading. And also provide you with maybe messages that you need personally. I don't recommend a source because for one, it could be one you don't like. 2, never want to imply that one source is better than another because there's lots on the internet. I'm pretty sure you'll find one that your heart connects to, and my advice is just to go with that one. Likewise, I want you to take the journey to research the numbers for yourself, because sometimes when you do that, you come across other serendipity and synchronicity that spirit needs you to find. So if I give you a shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always try to remind everybody to please refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to find their own magic, and we don't ever want to rob them of that experience. So let's go ahead and roll the dice. I'm going to start with 1 dice at a time. I have 3 here. Let's go. All right, we have a 1. New beginnings. That's appropriate. 1. Okay. And, oh, okay, so we have a 4. 114 is your angel number. I'm going to put that number a little bit bigger for you in the screen so you can see it. Go ahead and look it up and see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, go ahead and please let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. You could also support my channel by becoming a member, a channel member. I do have exclusive readings that I put just for channel members only that I do not list publicly. You could also support what I do here by visiting my Etsy shop. I do have an Etsy store. The link to my store is down below in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry and crafts that I make on my free time, as well as personal readings when I am available. My timing, right, my schedule is very, very limited, so I can't always put as many out as I would like to, so my timing is limited. But check into my shop every so often to see what readings have been posted again for everybody. So I will leave you here, pile number 1. Take care and always keep shining. Pile number 2, you chose this bronze colored key for your reading. And this is your card. There is a message on the back of this. I'll be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. Just a little quick story. I shuffled for all the cards that you choose from, and it just so happened that all of them came out orange or orange toned, which was very interesting because that's never happened to me before. So just wanted to let you know that. But I will definitely read that card once I get more cards on the table. So let's see the next chapter of your journey, next phase of your journey. What's that going to look like? Let's see. See if we can get 3 cards. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. Pretty sure many of you are familiar with this one. Let's see. Next chapter of your journey. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. Whoa, that's a lot of movement, okay? A lot of movement here. Travel possibly, geographically, but you're going places, whether literally or figuratively. Oh my gosh, look at that. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay, why did I get that vibe of that 80s song? What? How does it go? Nobody's gonna break my stride. Nobody's gonna hold me down. No, no. I got to keep on moving. Right? That one. That's what this feels like, pile number 2. Uh-huh. Yes, 8 of Wands is all about moving, going places. It's also a lot about like networking, communication, phone calls, emails, texts. but I feel like you're making things happen. It could be that a lot of people are also communicating with you or networking with you in order to launch something off of the ground. With the Knight of Wands, it could be a creative project, endeavor, goal. For some of you with the Nine of Pentacles, it could also be self-employment or a new job. And there's a lot of back and forth to try to get this on the go, right? To get this moving, get it moving along, and to launch it off the ground for you in some way. So definitely career, creativity, but I also get the feeling that some of you could be moving, literally geographically relocating, moving with these cards and settling in somewhere where there's also this feeling of a lush environment with the Nine of Pentacles. So there is an upgrade, okay, with the Nine of Pentacles taking place here, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your energetic levels of creativity, right? So if at any point you were like trying to find the energy to do something, there's a lot of energy activated here. So whatever period of rest that you've been in, you're coming out of that in this next chapter. Things are going to start happening quickly with the Eight of Wands. You're going to start to feel motivated, ambitious, energetic, lots of creative ideas flying through the air as well. And all of this is to help level you up or upgrade you somehow in your career, in your goals, in your environment. And that's all coming from the Nine of Pentacles. Because she's definitely living the life, right? She's living a lavish, abundant life. Also, we have the dragon energy on the top of that mountain. Dragon energy is one of also personal power. So there's this feeling of you feeling empowered in this next chapter of the journey. Making plans, moving forward with your plans. Feeling enthusiastic about where the journey is taking you because things are starting to happen for you now. You're moving forward in the direction of your goals, your passions, your purpose, your ambitions, those things that you've been inspired toward. And it's all kind of setting the stage for physical, tangible upgrades to your life, lifestyle, your overall sense of health, happiness, and well-being with the Nine of Pentacles. There's abundance soon to surround you in the next chapter of your journey. You could get a pay raise. You can get a promotion. You could end up being offered something, right? Because I got the vibe of like, you know, networking. You could end up being offered something that helps or gives you the opportunity to travel or relocate. Maybe relocate for work. Some of you might be deciding to move abroad. So you can live a more comfortable life with the Nine of Pentacles, or relocate for that same exact reason. You just want to be comfortable in your surroundings. You want to feel like you made it. It's this feeling of you want to feel like you made it. The thing is that you will. In this next chapter of your journey, you are going to be feeling like you made it. Because that's the exact energy of the Nine of Pentacles. That energy works hard so it can enjoy the fruits of its labor. And whatever investment it gives to something, it's living through it's kind of feeling like it's living the payoff. It pays off, right? So you're living in the consequences of what you worked for. I don't know. Yeah. Am I even explaining that right? But you know what I mean. The reason why you're able to live the good life with the Nine of Pentacles is because you worked hard for it, right? That's the consequences, obviously, of the energy, the love, the labor, the time that you gave to something. You built it up so it could become the Nine of Pentacles. And you could, right? That's a consequence of your hard work. It paying off is the consequence. So, yeah, you're living amongst the fruits of your labor and you earned every ounce of it. So the next chapter of the journey is all about you getting physically, tangibly upgraded in your environment, your home, your life, your lifestyle, your work, your career, your creative projects and goals. There's something with the Eight of Wands being launched off the ground for you in this next chapter, and it's all moving you forward. It's moving you in the direction of those things that you're passionate about, that bring you excitement and inspire you. And that's coming from the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So I do feel like if at any time in your journey those goals have kind of felt like they were on hold or not taking off for you, well, the next chapter in the journey is where they actually do. They do start taking off. They do start finally taking off. They do start paying off. In a very, very lovely way. Okay, with the Nine of Pentacles. I want to see what this says here. Okay, so solar plexus chakra citrine could be a stone you work with. Look, abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Here's your abundance. Yeah, you're stepping into it. You're stepping into your abundance with this next chapter of the journey. Like, seriously. Heck yeah. There's like all this creative energy activated, especially with the citrine, the solar plexus energy. You know, you're just radiating this beautiful energy, and it's launching things off the ground. It's helping you to tap into your creativity. Wands are all about inspiration, the way that the divine spark within us is lit and how we act upon those inspirations. And this is a lot of that happening here with the Eight of Wands and Knight of Wands. There's a lot of creative energy taking place here, and it's like you taking action on these ideas, moving forward with them, nurturing them. And then what ends up happening is all those things that you've nurtured or about to nurture bear fruit. And they move you forward successfully with the Nine of Pentacles. This next chapter of your journey also with the Nine of Pentacles could be physical upgrades, not just to your home or your work or, you know, your goals, but this feels like something about yourself is also being physically upgraded. Whether that be your clothes, whether that be your hair, your physique, right? Sometimes the Nine of Pentacles can talk about a makeover or a glow up or some kind of change in your physical aesthetic or appearance. Which also makes you feel good. So that's always a plus. But we have the abundant energy here, and I feel like this is physical, tangible abundance with that Nine of Pentacles that you are soon to experience in this next chapter of your journey. Things are going to happen quickly for you. Expect things to move forward fast, and it just feels like there's nothing getting in your way. I also feel energy of blockages lifted. Anything that kind of was slow going is going to start to pick up the pace, and you're going to move forward positively in the direction of your blessings, your abundance. You finally seeing the fruits of your labor. You might be moving, traveling, relocating. But no matter how this movement takes, takes shape or form, the overall feeling is you're going places, literally and or figuratively, you just are. There's nothing that's going to keep you, basically, there's nothing that's going to keep you from this Nine of Pentacles energy, from experiencing this, do you see? Because you're actually moving in the direction of it right now. Like, look at the way the cards are. Like, the Eight of Wands, that's travel. That's movement. And that's where you're headed. You're headed into the Nine of Pentacles energy in this next chapter. So, I have the Making Magic. Let's see if we can grab a few cards here. Okay. So it says abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune, and lucky chances. So you're entering a period where you're headed towards your big break. Okay? Absolutely. Good fortune, right? Abundance. Lucky chance, lucky breaks. Yeah. Fantastic good fortune. See if we can get one more. Okay. All right, we have the star. It says the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity, serendipitous events. Good luck. Wait, hold on here. We have good fortune and good luck. Not only that, the star is an energy of your wish fulfillment. So yeah, it's like all this high vibe, beautiful energy. You're also, the star is an energy of divine guidance. So also the feeling is here, nothing can keep you from this. Nothing can hold you back from your blessings and the abundance that is yours and that has been building up. It does feel like a volcano energy, right? Coming from this. And the feeling is your abundance has been building up. The pressure has been building up and is about to erupt. And it's like all these things are going to start to flow to you now. Okay. And it feels like the universe is moving in the direction of them as well. You've been divinely guided in the direction of these blessings the entire time, even when you felt like nothing was moving or happening. But this next chapter is opening all that up to you. It's helping it to flow abundantly to you now. So good fortune, lucky chances, good luck with the star, right? The energy of abundance. I mean, it's all here, right? There's confirmation everywhere with these three cards, especially in that Nine of Pentacles. You're literally with the Eight of Wands and Knight of Wands moving in the direction of it as we speak. So I have a final oracle card here for you. This is the Starry Beginnings, and then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers as well. Whoa. Okay, so you had two. Look at that. Believe in your power to manifest. Breathe your creation into existence. You're manifesting this. You're manifesting this abundance, this good luck, this good fortune, these lucky chances and breaks. You've been manifesting it. So it feels like you're headed in the direction of that manifestation. It feels like for some of you, that manifestation is your blessings, your abundance, your upgrades, right? A new environment, a more lush environment, a more comfortable environment, living and lifestyle. And then it says, whoa, oh shit. Enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. Oh my God, right? Wait a minute here. That's the Eight of Wands. You're moving somewhere else. You're going somewhere else. Holy cow. Pile number 2. This is wild. Okay, so the feeling is here. Soak it all up. Soak it all in, okay? Soak it all in, because shit's about to get real. It's about to change and shift, and you're about to, like, high speed, right? Like Gone in 60 Seconds, right? Fast and Furious over here with the Eight of Wands. You're where you are right now in your situation, you're not going to be there much longer. So kind of like take it all in, because before you know it, shit's about to change and move you completely somewhere else, literally, geographically. But you're going from one side of the spectrum to the next. Like that. Fast with the Eight of Wands. So kind of, you know, soak it up, enjoy where you are, because it's not going to stay like that for long. Because you're on the fast track to manifesting. And when you manifest this thing, and when it actually gets materialized at the Nine of Pentacles, because it's earth energy, right? Earth energy is the stuff that we can see, touch, hold. It's like once it gets materialized, boom, everything changes. You're not going to be where you are right now. this next chapter in your journey is going to take you somewhere else entirely. It's going to shift you in another direction entirely. Enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. You literally could be somewhere else. Literally moving somewhere. Okay, and that's the energy of the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands, that movement. You're manifesting this, your wish fulfillment with the stars on, you know, it's up ahead in this next chapter. This is what you're about to experience. You're about to experience your manifestation being fully materialized and realized. You're about to experience the journey to your wish fulfillment. You're breathing, as we speak, you're breathing your creation into existence, as the card says. Okay. So get ready, because you're going places, you're doing things, and things aren't going to be the same pretty soon. Okay. Cool. So much magic, right, in this reading, pile number 2. That's why it says abracadabra. Fantastic good fortune, lucky chances. Yeah. All right, so, okay, let me not linger more than I need to. I'm just fascinated. I just love how this showed up for you, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and roll the dice for angel numbers. The angel numbers that come up for you can confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading, because that happens often with my readings. It also could provide you a personal messages that you need personally. I don't like to recommend a source because it could be one you don't like, and there's many out there for one, and I never want to imply that one source is better over another. Trust me that when you come across a source that interprets the numbers that feels good to you, you'll know. It'll hit you. It'll resonate with you. Go with that one. Also, if you take the journey to research the numbers for yourself, you might come across other serendipity and synchronicity that you need for your journey. If I gave you a number interpretation off the bat, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I, want to remind everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation also in the comment section, because we don't want to ever rob anybody of taking that journey and finding that magic for themselves as well. Also, real quick, side note, 9 of Pentacles, and then we have a lot of 9s here too. So we have the number 19. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blurry. We have the energy of 19, right? And then we also have 29, and I know that's blurry. I'm working on getting a new phone from which to record videos with. So you have 29, and you have 19, and then you have 9. Okay, so a lot of 9s. But let's see what we get for your angel number. We have 1. Okay. Is that... Wait, that's a 6. Okay. It's a 6. And a 9. So we have 169. Go ahead and look that up. I'll put that in the screen for you so you can see that a little bit better. I'll put the numbers real big for you. If you feel that this has connected for you in some magical way, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe even consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and content that I don't put out publicly. It's just for channel members only. Also, you can support what I do here by visiting my Etsy store. I do have an Etsy shop. The link is in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry and crafts that I make on my free time, as well as personal readings when I am available. My personal time and everything is very, very limited, but I do try to post readings when I have the chance. So it's just a matter of checking into my shop every once in a while to see what has been posted again. And you can book a reading whenever you see one or feel led to one. So much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 2 viewers, take care and always keep shining. Pile number 3 viewers, this is your key. You chose this little silver key here, and then this is your card. There's a message on the back of that, so I'll be sure to incorporate it into the reading as I get more cards on the table. Just real quick, I shuffled for all the cards that you choose from, and in this case they all happened to show up with orange in them, so orange seems to be a theme for this reading. So let's go ahead and get started. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot for you. We're going to find out the next chapter, phase in your journey. Let's see what that's going to look like. Let's see if we can get 3 cards for the next phase and chapter of your journey. Pile number 3, viewers. Three cards. All right. And if I need more, I will just grab off to the side. But let's see what we have. Ooh, we have the Magician. Wow, the High Priestess. Holy cow. Wow, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Why do I get the vibe of the next chapter of your journey is going to be manifesting your dream job? With the 8 of Pentacles especially. Maybe for some of you, your dream job is doing spiritual work. Okay. Some kind of light working or doing something that's going to help you tap into and fulfill your spiritual purpose and your gifts as well. So the next chapter of your journey is about you manifesting, because now you're empowered like the Magician. You have all the tools on the table, basically capable of making your dreams a reality. Literally, the High Priestess represents the dream world. She is a symbol of the moon. She represents the subconscious. And honestly, that is how we manifest. We manifest through the subconscious. So you have manifesting energy of the Magician. You have the subconscious with the High Priestess. And your subconscious is at work over here with the 8 of Pentacles to manifest something that you've been dreaming of. Up about, or something you've been dreaming of, okay? Well, I thought pile number 2 blew my mind, but this is taking me there too. Like, you're activating your subconscious in order to draw down into the physical that which you create in the realm of spirit. That's why the Magician is always pointing one finger to the sky and one finger down to the earth, because the heavenly realm, the creative realm, the subconscious realm is where we create, we visualize, we manifest, but we bring it down to the earthly. We draw it down and make it tangible so we can hold it. And you do have tangible energy here of the 8 of Pentacles. So you're activating, this next chapter of the journey is activating your subconscious to manifest and materialize in a very powerful way. So you've done something, you've done some kind of work. Maybe you've been doing a lot of manifestation work. And things are brewing. Okay, let's look at the 8 of Pentacles. Things are brewing. Your manifestations are brewing, okay? They're coming together. You've successfully planted that manifestation into your subconscious, because it's through the subconscious by which we manifest. We have to activate the subconscious through our intention. Maybe before we fall asleep at night. That's usually the best way you can get to that. Get to your subconscious is as you're falling asleep. Because you plant the seed in your conscious mind with the thought and the visualization in your mind's eye. And then as you drift off into sleep, you're planting that thought, that seed, that visualization that you began in your conscious mind right before you fell asleep. You're planting that seed of thought and visualization into the subconscious. Magician is creating something. He's manifesting. He's using everything he has to make it happen. And to me, these cards are saying you've successfully planted that seed in your subconscious mind in order for it now to manifest. Some of you, yes, are manifesting your dream job, but you're also manifesting something very tangible in your physical world. And you have been putting in the work with the 8 of Pentacles. You've been investing your time and energy and your love into this manifestation work, or into this intention, or into your goals and the things that you wish to achieve. You've been doing the spiritual work with the high priestess as well as the physical work to bring this about and make this happen, you've ticked all the boxes. Dotted every I, crossed every T. That magician has the cup, the sword, the wand, and the pentacle. He is the fifth element. He is spirit. You've activated all these things within yourself to become the magician. And you're in perfect balance and alignment now for this manifestation to come about. Balance and alignment would be coming from the high priestess. So this next chapter of the journey is a brand new beginning for you, in balance, in alignment, and in harmony, in order to attract that which you've been subconsciously with the high priestess working on with the Eight of Pentacles. Now, let's look at all the tools that you've activated. You've activated your visualization and thought, like your positive thought skills, with the sword. You've activated your feeling and your heart, because you have to marry the mind and the heart. Also, we have that ceremonial, okay, energy here, the alchemy of left and right hemispheres with the seat of the subconscious, the pineal gland sitting in between those hemispheres of the brain, again, being activated, lit up over here. So you've activated the mind and the heart. The mind would be the thought process, the visualization in your mind's eye, the feeling in your heart of the cup. You've married those two things, and we see that here because that's what plants the seed in the subconscious in order to manifest to begin with. So you've married your mind and your heart. The heart would be the cup. That's where you feel the visualization, as if, like, you start to feel the visualization. You start to embody the feelings of what it would be like to live what you're visualizing and experience it. So you've activated heart and mind, which is one of the biggest steps in order to manifest and to plant the seed in the subconscious, right? You've already done that here. Then you have the fire of the wand, which is the will, the drive, the passion, the ambition, the inspiration to take physical action and invest with the pentacle, right? So you have the wand and the pentacle. You take action on the inspiration of what you visualized and felt with the wand and the pentacle. Because you can't let the fire go out for what you've envisioned. In some way, shape, or form, you kind of do let it go, right? You visualize it, you feel it in your heart, and then you release it to the universe. But at the end of the day, you never really let the love and the fire go out for what was inspired within you, because at the end of the day, that's the universe, that's God, Creator, Great Spirit, right? Inspiring that in you. That's lighting the spark within you. That brought it all about to begin with. So you're not ever really going to let it go, in a sense. You do surrender, in other words. Like you let it go in the sense that you trust the universe to, move you, guide you, direct you toward it in faith that it will come about. But you never really fully fall asleep on it, because you can't. That's something that's been inspired in you to be experienced through you. So that inspiration, that passion for it is always going to be there. And you keep the fire lit for it. The candle always stays burning for it. Right? You can't go lukewarm. I'm sure you've heard that. You can't go lukewarm on your manifestations. Not completely, no. That pentacle is also saying that you're in a position to take physical action, invest resources, time, energy. Okay, so it's like you marry the mind and the heart. You're motivated. You use your will, your drive, your passions, and you take physical action steps, acts of faith, to invest in the direction of what you've intended. And all of those things, all those elements, earth, air, fire, water, align with your spiritual energy to bring it about, to manifest it. Look at the beauty of this progression on the table. You go from a 1 to a 2. You go from the magician directly to the freaking high priestess. Like, talk about the perfect pair when you're going to manifest something right here. And then we see like the tangible, right? Effort, energy being created. The Eight of Pentacles is like the worker bee. It's the potter at the wheel, forming the clay, creating, like physically, tangibly with two hands creating. So right now, that's telling me that your manifestation as we speak is being formed. It's on the wheel right now. It's being molded. It's being shaped as we speak. And this next chapter of your journey is you living it. Because you've successfully planted the seeds of what you've intended so that it does manifest and materialize. Some of you are moving in the direction and on the path of your spiritual purpose, of activating your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. Again, Eight of Pentacles. It's a craft. The Eight of Pentacles talks about a craft and a skill. So this next chapter of your journey is activating your skills, your gifts, and putting them to work for you, using them in a very tangible and physical way, and building something from it, or building something from it for the future. Because consider the Eight of Pentacles is on its way to become the Nine and the Ten of Pentacles. You see, and there's accumulation taking place through the work, the labor, the love that you give to something. You're consistently honing a skill. And then that skill develops and becomes something substantial, where you're able to, with the Nine of Pentacles, bask in the fruit of your labor. And then the Ten of Pentacles, not only take care of yourself comfortably with the Nine of Pentacles, but with the Ten of Pentacles, be able to support not just you, but then others around you. That is legacy, that's foundation, that's financial security and stability. So there's a financially secure, stable foundation being prepared as we speak in this next chapter of your journey. Maybe through your work, maybe through your spiritual path and purpose, maybe through the job of your dreams. Do you see? Or maybe through something you're physically manifesting. But it's part of your spiritual path. Whatever it is that you're manifesting is part of really what's meant for you. It's part of your experience and spiritual journey here on this physical plane. It's kind of like this feeling with the High Priestess of the stars aligning, because this is kind of what's meant for you in that sense. And there's a lot happening underneath the surface. Maybe, surface level at this stage of the game. You can't quite see how it's all going to come about, but it is. That's the thing, it is. It's just happening with the High Priestess in the realms that you can't see. It's happening and being created in the realm of spirit, but that Eight of Pentacles is showing us that it's taking tangible form. Pile number 3, your reading is super powerful. And if at any point you felt led or drawn to pile number 2, I feel like they're connected, or there's some synchronicities there that definitely tie in. Okay. So yeah, like this next chapter of the journey, you're working on creating something magnificent, but whatever this manifestation is, it's going to create a solid structure for your future as well. Your manifestation skills in this next chapter of your journey are like heightened. And there's a lot of things that with the High Priestess you're discovering that you didn't even know you were capable of. I also feel like this next chapter of your journey is you uncovering and discovering hidden talents with the Eight of Pentacles and the High Priestess that you didn't even realize you had. Those could also be activating past life skills and abilities too. So get ready for that. But whatever it is you're activating, whatever talent, skills, and abilities you're activating, it's to set you up for the future long term and to help empower you to manifest the life that you've been dreaming of. So let's see. Let's see what this says. So it says, root chakra, smoky core, strength. Strength comes from your connection to the root of your being. Yeah. You're strong. You're empowered. You've balanced a lot of maybe disparate energies. We see that with the High Priestess because she is in alignment. She's always navigating by, she's always navigating her life by the GPS system of her soul. And that comes from a place of trust, but also having worked through all that root chakra energy in order to feel secure and trust her inner being no matter what the earthly realm will show. So I feel like you've become the High Priestess through that journey of strengthening the root of your being. And now you operate from this higher place of awareness and consciousness. Like, you're super powerful here, pile number 3. You strengthen your antenna is what I just got. Interesting. You're very secure in who you are, in what you believe, in what you sense, know, feel intuitively, and your antenna is strengthened. So like you might be channeling information. And it's like when you get information like that, you trust it, you go with it. You don't question it or doubt it that the way you used to. But it's that exact trust, level of trust and feeling of strength that in that basically that is going to help guide you and move you in the direction of your manifestations, because you can interpret the world around you based on that antenna that you've strengthened. I know that's weird, but that's what I'm getting. And you are deeply rooted that no matter what's happening, fluctuating around you, you're so secure in who you are spiritually and in your abilities and in your own personal power that nothing can shake your foundation also. So I love that. Let's get some making magic. This next chapter of your journey also get the vibe of like you really do know who you are. Right? And that comes from how strong you are and you had to become through your experiences, right? So it says, yes, on target, follow your ideal life path, the life of your dreams, right? Those things that you've been visualizing for yourself. You're on target to those things that are meant for you. I was getting that feeling from the High Priestess, like this is part of your destiny, your spiritual path and purpose, whatever it is that you're manifesting is tied into that. So you're on target to follow and manifest your ideal life path. You're on your highest timeline. Absolutely. The next chapter of your journey is you aligning and moving in the direction of your highest timeline. Let's see. Wow, triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Holy cow. For one, that's the moon energy of the High Priestess. But embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly, is exactly that, the magician. He has one hand pointed to the sky, the other one down to the earth, because he knows how to create heaven on earth. He knows how to, right, draw down those things that he's creating in the realm of spirit and bring it down to the earthly and make it material. That's exactly what that is. Okay? You are that magician, fully aligned also in your high priestess energy, which is so powerful. Okay? Super powerful. Embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Yep. And aligning with it, which makes you super powerful. Powerful to manifest your ideal life path. Absolutely. So let's see. I have a starry beginnings here. Let's see if we can get a final oracle, and then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers. Oh, okay. What do we have here? Aha. Spend time on you. Balance yourself. You are balanced with this high priestess energy. Yep. You have done the work on yourself. And that is spending time on you. Okay, you have done the work on yourself. But that's also what's helping you to align with your ideal life path and help you manifest the life that you visualize and desire. Because you've done the work on yourself. You balanced your energies in order to align with your dreams and your goals. Yeah. Phew, man, that's awesome stuff. So, pile number 3, let's get some angel numbers for you. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice. The numbers that show up can confirm a lot of what I've already said in this reading and or provide you with messages that you need personally. If, I don't want to recommend, for one, I don't want to recommend a source because it could be one you don't like. Two, I never want to imply that one source is better over another. And plus, when you go do your research on the numbers, trust me, you'll come across one that you resonate with. I always encourage you to go with that one, okay? Trust your initial gut feeling. Because if it feels right, then that's usually right. Also, I don't want to give you a number interpretation off the bat because I might rob you of finding other serendipity and synchronicity that Spirit needs you to come across. So again, if I gave you that shortcut, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always remind everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We don't ever want to rob anybody of finding that magic for themselves by taking that journey and coming across other things and rabbit holes that Spirit needs them to find for confirmation on their journey. So I have 3 dice here. Let's go ahead and roll one at a time to get the numbers for you. So let's see. 4. 8. And we do have an 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Last one. 9. So 489 is your number. I'm going to put that big in the screen for you so you can see it a little better. If you feel that this reading has helped you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Maybe you can consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings that I put out for channel members only. And if you want to support me beyond YouTube, you can find me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, crafts as well that I make on my free time. And I have personal readings upon my availability. Like, when I have the time, my availability personally is very limited right now. So I do try to put readings out when I can. It's just a matter of checking in once in a while to see when I'm available and what's available. And then you can book a reading at any time. So much love to you wherever you are. Pile number 3 viewers. Take care and always keep shining.